This martial arts workout and discussion, a discussion means we're talking to each other, so please put your comments in the comment section below or in the chat if you're live, or send me an email. Go to pasquinelli.com. There's a contact box there. That's how we'll get in touch. So you're gonna have nunchucks and collie sticks, arnis, eskrima. Those are just three interchangeable terms. Collie, eskrima, arnis. You can just call them fighting sticks. These are your two choices today. We're gonna work with these two and talk about how they're similar and how they're a little different. And especially the one thing that you keep asking me over and over again is what to do when you hit something with your chuck and it bounces back and smashes your hand or hits your face. We're gonna talk about that today when we work on these two types of fighting sticks, or how to defend yourself with a stick. This is all talking about street fight self-defense, violent attack self-defense, how to use these, not just for fun, they're cool, they're awesome, but also how to learn how to fight with them for self-defense. This very first motion is gonna be the same on either one. I'm gonna show you the collie sticks first, and that is going down and up. And if you need a pair of collie or eskrima sticks, or knee sticks, or a pair of nunchucks, or a couple different kinds, the link is below in the description. Go to that martial arts weapons store, and there are tons of options there. You've got wood, metal, all kinds of other materials too. Just down and up, this first motion with a stick in each hand is gonna get that blood flowing into your shoulders, into your wrists, into your hands, and it's gonna loosen everything up while also strengthening your body from the core, through the feet, onto the floor, and then especially in your grip. Now, this isn't just a warm-up move, that's a strike. You're coming straight down over the head. Maybe they're reaching in, you step to the side, smash that hand, break the wrist. That's a strike, straight down, but we're doing it in this warm-up move. Keep your body safe from injury during the workout. Always warm up first. Now, if you want to add a little squat, I always do, at the warm up. The squat, there's no other purpose than to get your legs wicked strong so that when you do fight with your sticks, with your hands, with your nunchucks, with another weapon, you have powerful legs. That's your base, that's your foundation. And all the power comes off the floor through your legs. So going back and adding a little squat as you do this warm up is simply a good idea. One other thing, you can see my elbows are bending here as it goes over my back. Increase the stretch and the range of motion by extending the elbow. So now your arm's gonna go back farther and you're gonna get stronger faster. And there's only one reason for this, and that is maximum force when you go in for self-defense. Yeah, of course, always. Usually it's because you trip yourself, you fall, you move in a strange way. It's usually not from getting hit by the other person or knocked to the ground. If you are an experienced, whether it's competition fight or for self-defense, if you are, maybe you're law enforcement at one point and you had to pull people out or off of each other or stop somebody coming at you using non-lethal force, you get injured almost every time. It's not because you blocked something or you got hit by something. It is sometimes, but it's usually because you twist your ankle or you hurt your hip, which is why I stress so strongly doing exercises like this to strengthen the feet, knees, the ankles, the hips, all of those things. Anything's dangerous if you got the right attitude. You can, I don't believe you can fight with Tai Chi. You can fight with some of the moves of Tai Chi, but I think if you have the right mentality and all you do is Tai Chi, yeah, you can be dangerous. Muay Thai has great kicks, great knees, great elbows, good fighting, good moving, right? Western boxing is a little bit better with that, but it's a discussion. Give me hear what you think. Everybody else on here, chime in, please. We're talking in this video, not just working. But this is the warm up with the sticks. And I'm gonna show you the other version of the sticks is how to defend yourself with a stick, number 5. This is the nunchuck. Now the nunchuck warm up, and I only have one pair. If you have 2 pair, do them at the same time, just up and down. I have multiple pairs over there. I only have one pair on my hand right now. But you're just going down and up. Now let's talk about the chuck as a self-defense weapon. When you're doing fun, cool stuff and you're spinning and you're going over the wrists and you're going back and you throw it and you catch it with the other hand and then you go around the neck and you do cool things behind the shoulder. You're going from side to side and you're doing all that kind of stuff. Then you're gonna hold it more in the middle. But we're talking self-defense with a stick. You're gonna hold it here on the end. That's for maximum power, right? With the most power possible. You're gonna hold it here for self-defense, here for tricks. And then you're gonna drop it. When you drop it, just pick it up. Don't expect not to drop your weapons, by the way. Just expect to be able to pick them up. That shows that you're growing. So I'm gonna drop my weapons a lot as I practice. Now, we warmed up with this move with the collie stick or the arnis sticks. I wanted to see you, or show you, that this is the same thing. If you take these two weapons, they're essentially the same length. There's a little bit of a difference, but it's basically the same weapon. There just happens to be a pivot point. They're either connected by a chain, as these are, or with a string or another kind of cord, maybe a metal cord. So that means they're gonna move in almost always the same way. The biggest difference is that, right? It bends in the middle. And so there are a lot of things you can do here for fun that you can't do with this one. There are also things you can do for self-defense, like someone throws that punch at your face and you happen to block here and you crank that. Just think of what that would feel like. Think of a Nutcracker, one of those big Christmas time in the West. They always had those nutcrackers to crack the walnuts. Think of that big old nutcracker on someone's bones. There are two bones in there. You just broke them with that because you block to the side and you twist and jerk, right? So these are all, yeah, for sure. But these are all self-defense moves that you do with this that you can't do with that because you have the chain. Things you can do with this that you can't do with that. Maximum power. This is gonna hit a lot harder when you strike against the bag because there's no wastage, there's no energy leakage in the chain. There's energy leakage. That means even though it's coming fast, I still can strike. It's still gonna hit really hard, but you have that energy leakage. You're gonna go through here. Now let's talk about this right away because this is a question you keep asking me. What happens when you hit something and it bounces back and you hit your hand with the chuck? And this is also where it's gonna be different. With the collie stick, you can strike, hold, you can strike, pull back. A lot of times you'll hit and you'll come back. With the nunchuck, if you hit like that, it's gonna come back and smash your arm. I did it lightly because I know it's gonna hurt if I do it super hard. So here, it's always gonna hit me. Here's the biggest difference. This is how you handle what happens when you strike, when you defend yourself with a stick, with the nunchucks, nunchucks. You're gonna strike and follow through. Strike and follow through. I don't know if you can see well. When I go through, even if I do it hard and fast, it doesn't bounce back and smash my hand. It only does that when I hit and I stop. It has to go somewhere and it's gonna go back, and I'm sure you can see it. Most of the time, it's coming back and it's hitting my hand or it's hitting my wrist. And that's metal, that's gonna hurt. So here's how you get rid of that. When you strike, go through. Strike, go through. Strike, go through. Every time you go through, you're gonna hit the target, you're gonna hit the person for self-defense, and it's not gonna come back and smash your hand. We'll go over that again later if we have time, but I wanted you to see that from the start because that's a big question you have when you start to use a target for practice where you're defending yourself and then you get all these bruises and this smashed hand. That's because you're not following through on the strike. Now again, on the collie sticks, you can do any of those moves as fast as you want and it's not coming back to hit your hand. Now this is where they're a little bit different too. This can go through the throat, the mouth, knock their teeth down their throat, smash their nose through the eyes, into the solar plexus, into the groin, knocking them straight through the ground, and that into the ribs, and that's because it's a long stick, right? And there's no pivot point in the middle. You can do that, a version of that, with this, and you hold both of them together. So here you close it, or close it like this. You can jab like that with both, but You can't poke like that because it does that, obviously, right? But I wanted you to see that difference, that obvious difference. And one of the benefits of this is also length, reach. Now see where I took my hand up a little bit and I made some of that distance, or that stick come out of the bottom? That's to strike. That's to strike this way. You can punch through, catch you right in your eyeball, right in your jaw, right in your nose with this part of it. Strike here, follow through there, come back there. Also, that's the trap. They come at you with a weapon, they're coming with a knife, you trap and you use that against that blade because the stick doesn't bleed and the stick doesn't feel. And then all of a sudden, you peel it. Now I gotta go chase it. Peel it out of their hands. And so that's one of the benefits of having the arnis or the extremist stick, the collie stick. And again, I'm saying all three terms because they're interchangeable for the most part. There are very big differences in each style, but they're all about the same. You also asked me, how long should it be? And look at that. There's my armpit. There's the tip of my middle finger, which is my longest finger. About that long, about as long as your arm. You hold down a little bit. That's a warm-up. And then you practice your strikes, angles. You have angles going down, and you always want to fight with the sticks in front of your body. Let the sticks do the work, right? Fight with the sticks. This is called sinawali. Sinawali means weaving. It's a weaving pattern. There are many different weaving patterns. You can go up, you can go a little lower, you can go to the legs, you can go one up, one down, you can go high, low. And I'll teach you all those. I've got about 30 videos on here on how to use these collie sticks. So if you want to see more on that, put in my last name, Pasquinelli, Collie, K-A-L-I, and you can get those videos. I'll show you. I'm a master of the basics. And that's about it. The super duper, yes, exactly. Yeah, and all of the blocking, right? It's so obvious that you have a stick and you increase that length. They come at you with that knife, you block, either rolling in. It's almost like one of my favorite moves in kendo is the quick turn of the wrist, or yaido, or sword martial arts. You go 1, 2, you knock it out of the way, and then you come straight in. The same thing's true. They're coming with a knife, you can smash, and then from here, here's the knife, real quick. So you have all those quick, explosive, fast motions. And again, if you need a set of these or the nunchucks, check the link below. There's a store, and they do the shipping, they do everything. They have so many options on that store. So this is your warm-up. And then I want you to practice striking your angles. Angle, angle. Think of an X. Go down the X, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can cross the arms and uncross the arms, or at the beginning level, just practice one side and the other side. And then practice coming up the X. Coming up the X. Up the X, and then horizontal strikes. Horizontal strikes. And the one thing to remember is anytime you're coming up, your palm is facing up. And then on the opposite, on the same side, comes up so it doesn't come out of your hand. And your palm's facing down on the other side. Same thing's true when you're coming across your body, your palm's down, when you're coming across your body from the same side, right hand, palm is up, palm is down. And then of course, those downward strikes, coming down, coming straight up. Think of right between the legs. Or, that might not be the situation. Maybe they're reaching, they're punching. And you use that strike to just knock their hand out of the way. And then you come back in with a counter strike for self-defense to end the fight so that you get to go home safe. They don't take your life, your dignity, your health, things that belong to you, things of real value, not money, not goods, but your children, your loved ones, your character, your confidence in walking around in the world outside, because they're walking around with a skateboard and you're trying to have a meal, and the punk's coming up trying to put his whatever his belief is on top of you into your dinner. You're just trying to eat your dinner, and the guy's out there with a skateboard. I'm gonna hit you with it, right? I'm not saying you're gonna whip out your collie sticks, but this kind of training and the training with the nunchucks is gonna teach you how to move in those angles and how to defend yourself and build your confidence a little bit better. It just gives you a little bit more options. So we're going to continue to do these. I've got so many more, how to fight or how to defend yourself with a stick or how to fight with a stick. The next one we're going to do is going to be that improvised sticks. You look around, there's no obvious stick. How do you make a stick? How do you make a stick so that the stick can block the knife, can strike with force and in the fight, and you don't have to risk getting yourself sliced up and going to the hospital or worse. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Check the links below. Go to pasquinelli.com. Please fill out the contact box. Send me some email. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me if you agree, disagree, what else you know, what you've seen, because it's community.